Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Connection with the Weekly Comic Roundup. We've made it through all of this week's Marvel books. Now it's time to kick off this week's DC books. Starting off with The Flash, number 2. Where we left off, Wally West was dealing with some odd stuff. Superheroes kind of always deal with odd stuff, but so Gorilla Grodd was popping up in Central City and conducting heists and putting bystanders, including Central City Police, into what appeared to be stasis pods, which would then just float away. And during the most recent heist, Wally ran into a creature called the Uncoiled. So we pick up with Wally running into the Uncoiled and bringing back to a recent run he had with Mirror Master, who'd been all leveled up with new tech. He got tricked into an atomic mirror by Mirror Master, and Wally's powers, for instance, glitching him right out of reality. So Wally does what he can to deal with the Uncoiled. It actually seems to destroy it, only it reforms itself in an odd way, and Wally ends up in one of the stasis bubbles. But something contacts him. Call themselves the Stillness. He's returned to Earth. The Stillness are looking into what are known as the Archangels, which initially Wally misunderstands as being archangels, but then it's kind of whatever. The Stillness is then taken, or the remains of the Stillness are taken, or the Uncoiled are taken. And Wally kind of goes back to, his life, and sees a bee on his window. And then he heads back to Mr. Trick's company, realizing that there's a pattern. The locations that Grodd's been popping up, they form a hexagon so far. So they know where he's going to strike next, and Wally thinks about what the Stillness said, and turns out that he explains that he can kind of step out of reality, so to speak. However, he can also step back in wherever he wants, or rather, whenever he likes. Stops Grodd, but Grodd's minions manage to pull off the calculations for the 6th point, and so the question becomes, what's at the center of the hexagon? Seems to be a park in Central City, or at the moment, Barry Allen's on the phone with Iris, and just kind of, trying to he's going through some stuff, and including taking some time away from his powers. But that is where the issue ends. Interesting. I'm glad that Barry, as critical as I've been about DC's decision in the last few decades to bring back Barry Allen and Hal Jordan. I'm glad that at least Barry's being kept part of, the mythos. After Dark Knights of Death Metal, Wally had once again became the focal Flash, and Barry was now more concerned. His concern seemed more to be with mapping the multiverse and whatnot, and just making sure that multiversal threats don't, that keeping multiversal threats from popping up as they have been frequently over the last few years in the DC universe. But anyways, moving on to our next book, we've got Green Arrow number 5. Where we left off, Green Arrow was being tossed through time. After running with Parallax, he ended up on a post-apocalyptic Earth, face to face with Oliver Queen, an old, grizzled Oliver Queen. So the issue was in the future at the Legion headquarters. Brainiac 5 is making is activating a time machine that they've come across. However, can only send one of the one of the two through, and Connor says it's his risk to take, and doesn't matter where or when Ollie is, he'll find him, no matter what. So on the post-apocalyptic Earth, Ollie and Ollie are dealing with motorcycle riding raiders. Turns out that Old Man Ollie's car turns into a plane, an aeroplane, with them saying that arrows should fly, right? But they arrive at the Arrow Cave, which definitely does come off as Ollie trying really hard to be Batman. In the present, Roy and Cheshire are arguing about the fact that Cheshire knew that Leanne was alive, which it's never stated that she knew that Leanne was alive, but at least she had interacted with Leanne before the Green Arrow series. She had been recruited, I think maybe during Fear State, to help the Strays in Alleytown, and, well, Leanne was one of them. So it makes sense. But Cheshire pleads with Roy and Dinah to leave Waller alone. But she will help Roy and Dinah find Leanne. At the Arrow Cave, Ollie's looking over various bits of memorabilia, including his Justice League membership certificate, a team picture of the League with an arrow shot into Ollie's face, as well as costumes of everyone from the Arrow family. And Ollie gives Old Man Ollie some grief about, not having done enough to save them, but Old Man Ollie says that, young Ollie wasn't there. He didn't see what Old Man Ollie saw. But Old Man Ollie says that they did, and the truth is that no matter how many times he resisted it, you know, Ollie was never meant to leave the island. That is why he was always afraid to go back there, and had never set foot on the island again. Which leads to Ollie putting an arrow through Old Man Ollie's face, because, well, Ollie does go back to the island frequently. Thankfully, though, Old Man Ollie does show young Ollie a time machine that he's got. So he can go anywhere, anyone he wants, but he just can't be with his family ever again. But younger Ollie is sent to the time machine and ends up in the past. Looks like it was back during the Brad Meltzer, Phil Hester run on Green Arrow, since Phil Hester takes over the artwork. But slightly older Ollie asks slightly younger Ollie if he's a robot, when a whole bunch of other Green Arrows all show up, all in various Green Arrow outfits. Got a Golden Age Green Arrow, got a Longbow Hunters. Ollie clarifies that they're not robots when he shoots one of them through the hand. And the issue ends with that era's Ollie putting an arrow, shooting modern Ollie in the chest as a portal opens, and Ollie falls off a building into that portal and says to be continued, and dead again. So let's see what happens there. Good issue. I actually really enjoyed kind of the Ollie and Ollie stuff. You know, the various Ollie dealing with various other Ollies in the issue. That was actually kind of neat. It's also the whole thing about not going back to the island is that being a tell. Ollie explains that he has gone back to the island. He goes back there fairly regularly, in fact. So, but he doesn't tell anyone. Moving on, though, to our next book, we've got Power Girl number 2. Where we left off, Power Girl was had hosted a benefit, which would supposed to see various items being auctioned off for charity. And later, she was given a secret mission by Superman, to investigate a possible Kryptonian virus. The benefit was attacked by an alien named Amalok, who has a serious mad-on for Kryptonians, but he managed to take all of the artifacts. Apparently, he's gotten a buyer on at least one of them, if not all of them. But one of the artifacts is seemingly alive and attacks and later takes over Amalok. They head back to Earth. On Earth, Power Girl is at work at the Daily Bugle. She has a column to write for her boss and quasi kind of sort of cousin-in-law, Lois Lane. And they talk about the mission that Superman's tasked Power Girl with. Which the current edition of the column is about ethics in machine learning. Though she can't use her own experiences about it because, well, yeah, her own experiences are a bit crazy. Raised in a symbiote ship with given fake memories, and sometimes she still wonders if she's still trapped in the symbiote ship or not. But she heads home, packs for the mission to Bermuda, calls the recruiter from a potential shadow organization, basically saying, "Hey, look, yeah, not you won't tell me who you work for. That's a big red flag. So yeah, no, I feel like I would be using her powers for evil. So you should probably just stop trying." Though it seems that Axel may be a high-tech thief of some type. But Power Girl packs for her mission, arrives at the Fortress of Solitude in Bermuda. Kellex gives her a tour, including showing her off the animal sanctuary filled with animals of Kryptonian origin, including basically a Kryptonian lion who is near the end of his natural lifespan. But Power Girl's trying to get in touch with the coroner about the deaths related to this mysterious virus. But the storm blows. The door gets slammed in her face by the potential coroner. And his house is pushed out to sea, and well, the roof is knocked off. So Power Girl saves his house and says, "Let's try this again," but is attacked by Amalok, who is clearly possessed by what the item that that attacked him. But whatever is killing him, and Amalok plucks out one of his eyes and then falls into the ocean. That is where the issue ends. Interesting. Very interesting. Amalok made for a neat villain, I thought. I hope that he somehow survives this. I think he'd be a fun recurring adversary. Maybe even a potential frenemy down the road. But anyway, moving on to our last one for the moment, we've got Wonder Woman #2. Where we left off, Amazons had been banned from the United States after an Amazon pretty much massacred a bar, killing 19 men inside, leaving the 2 women alive, however. Wonder Woman had a few run-ins with Sarge Steel, none of which ended well for Sarge. So, 2 stories are being told about the issue at once. One is of the day that of the challenge to be the Amazonian representative to man's world, and the other is Diana meeting with Steve Trevor once again, who's now under Sarge Steele's command. But Sarge Steele's brought the mind of the U.S. Army to bear against Diana. The wonder and the warrior that Diana fights, and she holds her own against her. And Wonder Woman also holds her own against military. Also stating that the methods of, while the weapons have changed, the methods overall have not. First, artillery, arrows or bombs. Basically, you try and take out stop the enemy from a distance. Then comes the cavalry, and finally the infantry. Wonder Woman, in the past, Diana refuses to back down against the other Amazonian warrior, eventually even being run through by her. But Diana simply pulls the sword out and basically explains that she now has 2 swords and her opponent has none. But and the military forces have been sent against Diana Turntail. And it turns out that the warrior that Diana was facing throughout the issue is an Amazonian named Emily, who has apparently the same Amazonian that massacred the bar. We've got a backup story. The seer at Achim, in the city of Escacita, has been having a prophetic dream. It tells Yara Flor of it. Basically, the end is nigh type of dream. And no matter what, it always goes the same way. There are specific things that occur, and leads to the fall of the Amazons. The story is intended to serve as a prologue to Amazon's attack, which came out this week, and I forgot to grab it. But yeah, that is where the issue ends. I'm glad that Yara Flor is not being forgotten about, and I'm liking that apparently the Amazon that committed the Pool Hall massacre is an old rival of Diana. I think that's an interesting touch. I do also kind of enjoy the fact of Diana making Starsea look like a fool regularly. That could be the entire premise of the series. And I think it'd be a really fun read. But anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Mastodon, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.